Hello everyone over there. Good morning and welcome to the Monte Cagle Show. For this evening, afternoon, or morning, I'd like to wish you a very, very good day out there in internet land. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Monte Cagle, an African American from South Carolina. And this is the Monte Cagle Show. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Monte Cagle. And I am a musician, reverend, entertainer, lecturer, writer, teacher, linguist, missionary. I've done I'm quite a jack of all trades, and I'm a master of a few things. But I've had quite a fulfilled life, and I've lived around the world on like 4 continents and about 40 countries over the last 44 years. And I come to you with news again, and this is a little thing I would like to say to African Americans, particularly the African American youth, young people in America. I've been, like I say, I really intensely watch the news, and I'm following the elections, and I'm following a lot of the events that are happening over there. And I'm trying to get a grasp on the Black Lives Matter movement in the States, and I'm just praying. I really pray for many of you over there and for the whole country, really. It's total. I've never experienced anything like that. I've never seen our country such in dire straits. I mean, it really breaks my heart. And I really stay up night sometime. I pray for my family and for my relatives, and I'm just praying for our people. What can I say? I'm an American. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that I would like to say about the African American situation, but I just want to stick to the point. God help me. I ramble on a lot, but the point is, the violence will not solve the problem. And to be honest, you got to look at history. I mean, it's like this. I grew up during the civil rights movement, and that was my time, you know. And I really could say that the violence really didn't solve a lot of the problems. It didn't. And I really like Martin Luther King's stance that he made of nonviolence to solve the problems. And a lot of things got done, and things changed for the better. And like I say, I'm from South Carolina, and there was a time when, you know, I had to go to the back door to get this and go to the back door to buy this in the different stores, and I was not allowed to go to certain places, and it was very tough. It was very, you know, just a person, why can't I go in here? Why can't I go there? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And, you know, as a young boy, and it makes you feel weird. You know, you feel strange, but because of the initiative and the efforts of a man who had faith, of a people, it was a people, you know, that working together through means that were non-violent, a lot of changes were made, and a lot of advancements were made for the African American community, and I'm truly thankful. Now, what I want to say to you, if you look at history, I mean, violence doesn't really change very much, you know. And I wanted to say to the young brothers over there and a lot of the young sisters, I say African Americans, it's not worth it. Burning up your own communities and tearing down your neighborhood is, like I said in one video, it's like, you have more than I do in your neighborhoods, but I have nothing in my neighborhood, so I'm going to even tear down my neighborhood even more. It's kind of, it's really crazy. And to be honest, to the rest of the world, it looks really stupid. And I don't think it really brings forth any, it has no good fruits whatsoever, really. You just look very stupid. And it makes me look stupid because, okay, I'm an African American. I live, about 70% of the time, I've been living out of America. And you know, when you're an American outside of America, and people always looking to America, and they're looking up at America now, a lot of people are looking down at America. And so I spend a lot of my times when I'm talking to people, it's always like, why is your country so messed up? It used to be so nice, but now it's so crazy. And like, what's happening with your people? I'm like, my people, oh God, you know, you look like idiots. You really do. I mean, I'm not talking about the other white people. I'm talking about to black people. You really do. And it's setting a bad example for all of us, all people of African descent. You make us look stupid. And you look stupid. You really do. I'm watching the videos, and you basically look like savages. I'm sorry. And I hope this video will speak to some of you, maybe not all of you. And look, I know it's not all of you who's doing that. And I also know that there's a conspiracy involved in this, where there are young African Americans who are hired by people who want to bring us down to do these stupid things. You know, and my plea to you is just don't take the money. I know everybody needs money, but you know what? You're really making your people look like idiots. And why would you sell us out because of a few cents? You know, there's a God in heaven, and He will reward you according to what you do in this life. Okay? There's a lot of things, there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about the different religions and all this other stuff. But look, there is a God, all right? And I implore you to please stop selling us out for these stupid things you're doing, like, you know, burning down these different people communities and destroying us, destroying our homes, destroying our businesses. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. And that little bit of baby money you get for doing that stuff, is not going to help you. And I tell you, it's going to come back to haunt you. So that's my plea this morning. And I just want you to stop and think about it, you know. And for those of you who are doing it because of ignorance, why are you destroying your own communities, your own homes, your own businesses? It's like, put yourself in these people's place who have no work right now. And some people don't even have homes because of your stupidity. You know, so I ask you, I plead with you to cut out this violent stuff. Now, Black Lives Matter, I can't deal with that because, I mean, from what I've read about it, you know, because I'm not there. I wanted to say this too. Like, African Americans, we have been domesticated. We're like domesticated animals. Okay, what can we use the niggas for now to further our agenda? And this has been going on and on and on. And I even watched some of the people who are speaking out, and they're giving really good reasons what we've suffered and all that stuff. Like, but if we could just stop and just do something for ourselves for once, without being pulled around with the nose ring. You know what I mean? I mean, from what I see, okay, here I'm African American, okay? But I'm from the outside looking in, and most of the protests and things, it seems like there's so much violence and randomly going out in the street, hey, you know, we hate white people, and just running up to the first white guy you see and knocking them on the street, or little old ladies and stuff. I mean, the Africans look at you like you're totally stupid. You know what I mean? And then I'm talking about black people. Okay, I'd have to deal with other black people outside of America and talk about it, or even apologize for stupidity. So I feel like an idiot a lot of times talking to other Africans or people of African descent, and it makes us look very stupid and very ignorant, you know, because randomly going out in the street and hitting somebody or destroying their property, it doesn't solve the problem. It never has, and it never will. So there's a lot more I'd like to say about it in the near future, but I like to dwell on the good things too. I'm very excited. We're in the last phases of our preparation for our trip to Africa real soon, and like I said in the other video, that if you're really fed up with America, if you're an African American, and you really like a better life, and you really like to do something that will be lasting and that can bring you joy and fulfillment, why don't you just go to Africa, get it over with? I mean, in America, African Americans. African Americans are basically finished. It's over. Like I said, the country is going down. It really is. And you need to start making real decisions about life. And I tell people that our days are numbered. And the only real equality and prosperity we will ever have without having the nose ring in our nose is under the rule and reign of God himself. So I can't really judge the Black Lives Matter movement, other than I just see a bunch of ignorant people running in the street beating up people randomly for no reason at all, because you're frustrated. And all the Africans see you as that. If I'm just going to be honest with you. And all the violence and the burning up of the communities, it's just the same thing over and over again, and it doesn't change a thing. The powers that be that rule and control America don't give a hoot about you. And your little marches and burning things up and stuff like that only serves to fulfill their purpose in using you to fulfill their plan, to accomplish their plan. So why don't you just get smart and just cut it out? Seriously. Consider what I say. If you'd like to know more about these things, you can write me at my website, montecagle.com. If you have if you seriously would like to do something about your situation, I'd love to talk to you about it, and I'd love to make some suggestions that can really help you. Why don't you guys? I've seen a lot of nice speakers and African American spokespeople who are really speaking the truth, and it can lead you in something that's more productive and some ways that can really help you to accomplish things. So why don't you try that out? Or visit me at montecagle.com. I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to give you some ideas about what you can do to improve your life and bring prosperity and joy to you and your family. Love to see you. Love to talk to you. And if you like my video, please like it, or whatever you say, or subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more videos that I'm going to be putting up soon, but I just wanted to make this plea to you to really stop, look, and listen. Listen. And you know what? You could probably accomplish something. And you could probably reach some of your goals just by listening. There's nothing wrong with listening to other people, because irrational violence and emotional outbursts will not, I repeat, will not solve your problem. So thanks for listening, and please contact me. Please talk to me. I'd love to help you, and I believe that some of the things that I can share with you can bring you some real closure and can help improve your situation. So remember, log on to montecagle.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.